So, April 12th, boot, not paying a bit of attention. Let's talk about the F250 build. It's kind of funny because my truck Red Bob started out as a F252, almost identical truck, just about 10 years older. So this truck we got for Hoist. So number one, we had a boom truck. Number two, so I could lay down my truck Red Bob and get some work done on them. It's a 96 Ford F250, sporting twin I-beam up underneath there. You can't hardly see it. Okay, kind of sort of see it. Got it. Okay. Twin I-beam, not bad. Like I said, we're going to upgrade it to a Dana 60. I got a couple of them around. Probably going to get painted at some point, but right now the main focus is the bed. They had not much for bolts in it, and then, like I was saying, up underneath in there should be a cross member. Let's see if we take a look from the bottom side, maybe get a better look. Alright, looking at it from this side, where that block is up there, that should be a cross member coming across there. They set this thing up so pitifully. So I do got a couple more bolts to pull out. But let me get out of here. I didn't realize it was that bad, but yes, so we need to do the cross member for up there, which I was showing you. I have one already built in Red Bob. I probably won't build a new one for this. I'll probably just use that. So that was one thing. Where I'm wanting to put the winch here. Put them down here. I'll show you how real quick again. It's going to go up in this general area. Is that my bed mount? Oh my God, the more I look at this. So, I know what I forgot to do. I was going to do a tip of the day. Well, I think the first tip of the day is buyer beware when buying old trucks, because I'm not sure there ain't much on the back end holding this up. Anyway, so I just keep finding more and more stuff. That cross member laying over there, I'll bring you a little closer to it. Normally that would be here. They bobbed the frame, which is what I did with my red truck, which is a good thing, shorten it up. Here, they probably took, I'd say a foot out of it, and then they just broke loose the stuff that holds the gas tank and scooted it all this way. It was just sitting in there. Like I said, I think this was the rear mount. That's no good. We're going to have to build a plate that comes in here and gives us an L bracket. Tie that in. Well, basically what we'll do is we'll just box in the end of that frame to the right length we need, and probably do some captured nuts like those are. Okay, off from underneath the truck, back up top. Yeah, this, they must have carefully cut the rivets or whatever, but they had it all it was just setting up in there holding that back gas tank. Back gas tank ain't been used in a while. So making it actually easier in a way, this had a big piece on it. Let's talk about that for a second. That there is a wheel lift mount that goes with a very interesting style wheel lift that, while wouldn't work on here real well, could be used. But I got a thought in mind. So now we only have just this, I'm guessing it's around a quarter plate, 3/8 plate, so it'll be very easy to put a fair lead in here, to tuck that, build a winch mount, tuck the winch up underneath here. We will build the cross member for here for these guys, which are actually that part of it. And then, aside from building a whole lot of parts for that, not a real big deal. It's doable. Like I said, we're going to downsize. I'm pretty sure to go to dually tires. I need a square, and I'll show y'all something. And while I'm not going to play with it right now, I will try to make it a point and do a video of me straightening my mess up. Like I said, welding cabinet table thing, kind of handy. I'm working on it. I know to look around my shop, you'd never know it, but I'm working on getting stuff organized and put up, and so it's usable. Or I can kind of see it. So what we did, oh yeah, if you look here, let's go around on the other end. I think I got a little bit better. Actually, better yet, hold on. Let's turn it this way. So we'll have to break loose the bolts here and set that back right, make sure it's all squared. But more so, if you look, even before you put the, I can see it clear as day from here. Oh, there it is. And once again, I was talking about that cracked paint mat. There's some more of it. So we know I tweaked this a little bit. And then, if you was to take the square and see, I need, probably don't need to go through all this, but we'll do it anyway. I'll just find a piece of block. Hang tight a minute. That works. Oops, sorry. Okay, so square up against there, pretty much square with the end of our angle. So yes, we tweak this thing a bit. I do have a spare one, and I also know where there's a couple more if I really needed. But and then of course you can really see it. Well, I don't know if that's just how they beat it in there and put that together, if that's part of it. This is going to get cut out. I need to get measurements, and we'll see what I'm going to need. Because like I said, I'm going to do a piece of channel that'll set. I think I'm going to go to the outside of it. Probably. And to mount the other winch. I'm also seriously thinking about plating in those. I don't know if it's a good idea or a bad idea, but it's an idea because I'm going to be working it. So long story short, to bring this back into square, I'm thinking if I go with, once I get this out of the way, take a piece of chain and a piece of chain and put one of my ratcheting come along, or chain binders in the middle of it. Or actually, I might be able to do it to come along, but chain binders work really good for pulling and stretching. Quick tip, if you're straightening out a demolition derby car, something like that, and you've got something solid to lock it down to, a trailer or a rollback, you can pull a lot. So anyway, we're going to go corner to corner, see if we can't straighten that out, and then we'll go from there. Either way, if I have to use the one that's out back that was in Red Bob, we will. I need one of these If anybody out there knows where there's any old Holmes 440 trucks, I need one of the, I guess it would be called a Fairlead. This one's all jacked up. It's got chunks knocked out of it. Wasn't turning in the socket, so that's one thing. Let's put square away real quick. Well, I think pretty much right now that's where we're at. We'll pick up part of the metal I need today here in a minute. I'll actually have this bed picked up and off here so I can start getting a good look at it. Might make some measurements before I ever pick it up and cut my door in here since I'm right here handy to do it. Possibly pre-engineer the winch mount also. So anyway, I think we're gonna keep it tight. Like I said, I don't like watching videos that are longer than 15 minutes, so let's quick run out to the yard. One last thing. So this piece, if you look, you can see where they cut a bunch of supporting stuff off when they put this bed on. All that stuff. Anyway, all they had holding it down was just a backing plate. It's a good thing they didn't try to haul no cars with it. But it's a super cool old school wheel lift. And the wheel lift actually slides up into that and is run off your cable, which might not be bad to set that up with the twin boom truck that has two winch lines coming off the top, because it would make it super easy to lift it. Oh my goodness, the wind has been blowing. Those were stood up. Anyway, so this is the wheel lift that goes with it, and this plate actually flips over like that and slides in that socket, and then the winch lines come down and through that and pick it up. Pin in bars, super cool piece that come with the truck. But for what that one's doing, usually when we're hauling stuff out of the desert and rough terrain, because of the off-camber situations, rolling through ditches and different stuff, it's really, really hard to keep one on a sling, on a wheel lift, or a T-bar. So, with that said, enough about towing. And I was gonna do the tip of the day. Oop, move my fingers out of there. So, quick side story. We went to the desert yesterday. A young gentleman was out riding and didn't have a spare. I get a lot of that. So my tip is, if you can go riding, make sure you got a spare. He was like, kind of in the mind that, okay, if I have a problem and I gotta pay a tow bill, I will. We went riding, and sadly he had a problem that for the cost of a probably $25 or $30 pick apart steel rim and half-ass decent tire, he wouldn't have had to have me pick him up and take him almost to Sheep's Crossing and go for a nice little desert ride. Anyway, Chris, cool as a breeze. Glad we could help him. And with that, I'm going to sign off and go yell at my children. I hope everybody has a great day, and we'll see you on up the road.